Out here, the road stretches before us, and every so often we pass vast patches of vivid colour, lakes of purple swaying in the desert breeze. We're about 350 kilometres north of Broken Hill, in country bounded by the borders of South Australia, New South Wales and Queensland. Out here, the roos and emus head off in an endless search for food. In corner country, the big reds and these strange creatures, that other partner on the nation's coat of arms, battle it out with the elements in a landscape as harsh and unforgiving as any on the planet. But my Tri-State Safaris guide, John Cappy, and I struck this part of outback Australia in a good year, with pastoralists from around the country adjusting their cattle after solid rains. But long before cattle were brought here to be fattened up for markets overseas, the early landowners, who moved in soon after Captain Charles Sturt's inland explorations, were trying their luck with sheep at places like Mount Wood Homestead in Sturt National Park. So John, what's this contraption?
This rod's called a whim, and they used it for raising water from a well and raising it to the surface, tip it into the causeway there, and it would run into the tank.
So the horse or camel's attached to this?
Yes, and then they would walk in one way.
Okay.
If you walk that way, that would bring one bucket up.
Okay.
And then of course they'd spin him around the other way.
And then it brings the other bucket up?
And then it would bring the other bucket up.
The old whim and traction engines at Mount Wood Pastoral Museum are classic reminders of the outback persistence and ingenuity to be encountered throughout corner country. By the 1890s, Mount Wood was shearing up to 45,000 sheep in a season. But when a series of crippling droughts hit this place, the number of sheep dropped dramatically. But Mount Wood certainly had its heyday, and now makes a great base from which to explore this part of outback Australia. Corner country receives little rain. Inaminka averages just 172 mils, or about 7 inches in the old money. Mount Wood, just 200 mils, or 8 inches per year. But this isn't a land of averages, it's a land of extremes. Extreme temperatures in summer and extreme downpours when the rain comes. And what a magical experience it is when the water meets the desert. At the Mount Wood Homestead wetland, flocks of duck call in to rest and recharge, along with the cockatiels and native finches. And they're all at home in country that regularly climbs into the mid-50s come peak summer. But there's one corner country character who's adapted to this land of extremes better than most. And here at Mount Wood, the big reds and eastern greys have a special friend who's made the study of these fascinating creatures her life's work. She began a long-distance love affair with the kangaroo way back in the early 70s, when she first saw the adventures of Skippy on German television.
Mom was run over, and somebody who came by kindly checked the pouch and found her a couple of months ago and brought her in.
So that's a red kangaroo.
That's a red kangaroo.
And this one here?
That's also a red kangaroo. He's a little
Gorgeous.
boy.
Ingrid Witter is the chief ranger in this part of corner country. She's a long way from the small village outside Hamburg where she grew up. But her love for these animals has brought her to a part of Australia where millions of years of evolution have fine-tuned the roo's ability to adapt to fierce climatic conditions. Hence the large ears, with a myriad of blood vessels close to the surface. All of this allows them to cool down when the desert breezes blow. It also makes them ridiculously cute when they're as young as little Aiden and Bibi.
It really is a unique little icon, and unfortunately a lot of people don't really appreciate it, I think. It's really an outstanding animal. No other country has anything like it.
Ingrid Witter's haven for these amazing creatures is located at Mountwood Homestead in Sturt National Park. You can stay there as part of a Tri-State Safaris tour. Tri-State run regular trips into the corner country of South Australia, Queensland and New South Wales. To book, contact 8088 2389.